You know what that is? That's my old dream journal. For a period of time I wrote down all my dreams into this diary in order to increase the occurrence of lucid dreams. And let me tell you, there is some weird shit in here. Do you want to control your dreams? Become the puppet master of your subconscious mind? Well then listen here kid, today is your lucky day. Because not only have there been tons of studies made on this subject, in all my years of exploring the dream realm I made some interesting observations that helped me get in control over my dreams. I wrote them down into this journal and today I'm going to share them with you and show you how you can hack your dreams too. Let's start with a little story. When I was a kid, I had very vivid dreams. Because of this, I often preferred spending time in the dream world than in the real world. I mean, who wouldn't? A world where you can do everything you want, where fictional characters become reality, where the unimaginable becomes possible. It's every kid's dream, though this freedom came at a price. In this world, I was able to enjoy myself, to have a good time, but I couldn't do everything. I couldn't do things that were illegal, I couldn't do things that would harm myself or others, and I couldn't do things that are considered immoral. Whenever I did something like that, I got punished for it. You see, there was this reoccurring character in my dreams, who looked like the Flying Dutchman from SpongeBob, and who proudly carried the title King of Dreams. This being controlled my dreams for a large period of my childhood. He was the one who punished me for doing all this dumb stuff. What he did was, whenever I did something bad, he opened a black hole that sucked me in. While I would fall through this seemingly never-ending hole, flashing lights would intimidate me even more. And once I arrived at the end, I woke up, bathed in sweat and deeply terrified. He punished me by mentally torturing me and then throwing me out of the dream. It's safe to say that this happened at least once every 2 weeks. And every time I did something like that, I regretted doing it afterwards, because of this experience of falling through that black hole. Jumping from a skyscraper? Black hole. Swearing at random strangers? Black hole. Punching my primary school bully and spitting on his face? Black hole. Actually, I don't regret doing that. But yeah, most of the time this King of Dreams wasn't present in my dreams. He only showed me that he was there by opening these black holes. He was something that made me scared of returning into the dream world. That was until one dream, where everything changed. I was on my old school playground, when I suddenly noticed that the school building was on fire. Teachers and students were running out of the building and one guy yelled, "There's still someone inside!" And I took all my courage and ran inside the burning building, looking for the last person inside. Blinded by the smoke, I went into my old classroom, and who was there? The King of Dreams. I took him and we left the building. He looked at me and said, "Thank you for saving me. I will be forever in your debt. To thank you for your effort, I will never punish you again. This will be the last time we met." Then he disappeared. And so it was. I haven't dreamed of him since, and I never traveled through another black hole again. For the largest part of my life, I didn't know why this was happening to me, and how this was even possible to begin with. But now I understand. This was my unconscious mind, preparing me for the real world. By punishing me for doing all this bad stuff, my brain taught me that I shouldn't be doing these things in real life. And by saving the King of Dreams from that burning building, by saving someone that literally tortured me for years, I showed my mind that I learned my lesson. I could have left him there, but I didn't. I saved the person that I hated the most, and I got rewarded with complete subconscious freedom. I might be completely wrong, but that's how I like to interpret this whole thing. But all this didn't matter because I proceeded to completely abuse my freedom and committed several homicides. Now, what I want to tell you with this story is that dreams aren't as random as you think they are. There are certain rules under which the dream realm functions, and the cool thing is you can learn what those rules are and use them to your advantage. Just follow these easy steps in order to become as cool as me. Step 1. Master lucid dreaming. In order to apply these rules in your dreams, you first have to know that you are, in fact, dreaming. You have to lucid dream. When you realize that you are in a dream, you can basically do everything you want. But how? This sounds impossible. Shh! No, it's not. In fact, all it takes is a little dedication. There are multiple ways of getting a lucid dream. Now I'll just talk about the main methods. Starting with, I suggest you start by getting a little journal to write your dreams down. I used this method for a couple of weeks, but then I just stopped doing it for some reason. And 1 to 2 years later, I picked it up again. Every entry is accompanied by a very shitty drawing of a scene from the dream in question. So here's how you're gonna do it. When you wake up and you remember your dream, grab your journal and write it down as detailed as possible. You can also draw a picture to accompany the text if you want to. Doing this will increase the amount of dreams you can remember when waking up, and it will also increase the chances of getting a lucid dream. This method is super easy to integrate into your daily life, and you'll already notice some solid progress after a few days. In the movie Inception, in order to find out if they are in a dream or not, they use tiny objects called totems. What they are doing, in fact, is a reality check, and it's a very effective way to become lucid. What you want to do is to take an object, for example a spinning top, and every day when you wake up, you spin it. You repeat this action every morning, and when you do it often enough, you'll automatically start doing it in your dreams. If you're awake, the spinning top will eventually stop spinning, obviously, but in your dreams, it will spin forever. You will notice that and therefore assure yourself that you find yourself in a dream. And tada, you're lucid. Now, if you don't have a spinning object, don't worry. There are tons of different types of reality checks. You can, for example, hold your nose and try to breathe through it. If it doesn't work, you're awake. If it does, you're dreaming. I suggest you look up some reality checks for yourself and choose one that suits you the most. Okay, this one is super easy and effective for beginners. What you're gonna do is, you go to sleep and wake up after 4 to 5 hours. When you wake up, you should still be tired enough to easily go back to sleep. Lay on your back and put your arms aside your body. Now start moving your fingers very lightly, like you're pressing buttons on a keyboard. It is very important that you don't put much concentration on your finger movement. The movement should kinda happen by itself, and your whole body should be completely relaxed. Continue doing this for a couple of minutes while trying to fall back asleep. You will notice when it's working. You will notice a weird tingling feeling that passes through your body. It's hard to explain, but it feels like your soul is about to leave your body. When this happens, stay calm, don't get too excited over it, cause that way you're going to lose progress and you will fail to fall asleep. When I tried this the first time, I felt that weird feeling, but then I got too excited and yeah. Those are the most common ones. Of course you can combine them to get maximal results. Don't be upset if it doesn't work immediately. Like most things, lucid dreaming requires practice. Some people are naturally gifted and don't require much training. But most people do. So get to work. Also, even if you find yourself in a lucid dream, it's very likely that you won't be able to control everything. Only experts with years of experience are able to control their dreams almost 100%.
Have you ever had a dreams that
Now you find yourself in a lucid dream. Good job. Though you won't be able to do everything at the beginning, there are quite a few things that you can do right from the start. I mean, come on, this is the main reason why people want to be able to lucid dream. Your dreams are like a playground with lots of toys. Why wouldn't you want to play with all the toys? The possibilities are endless. What I used to enjoy is flying, because I love being able to explore my dream world, and the feeling of flying is just really great. And I guess I also liked shooting people I didn't like. But you probably shouldn't do that, and I'm telling you why in a second.
You could do so.
Here's a fun tip for every artist. Doesn't matter if you draw paintings, write stories, or compose symphonies. You can use your lucid dreaming abilities to get some inspiration for your work. The best way to do that is just create art inside your dreams. Where better to get some inspiration than from your subconscious? I'm a musician, I write songs and stuff, and sometimes I have dreams where I play something on my guitar, and when I wake up I try to replicate what I played in my dream. Of course I can't replicate it 100% accurately, but things like the vibe and the groove from the song stick with me even after waking up. So try it, it's really cool.
You want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Dream incubation is a special technique that allows you to utilize your dreams to solve real-life problems of yours or to train certain skills in your dream in order to improve them in real life. In order to do this, you need to tell yourself that you're, for example, going to train a certain skill in your dream before going to bed. Now, you need to be lucid in order to do this, but when you are, you will remember what you told yourself before sleeping, and you will be able to train that specific skill. And surprisingly, training skills in your dreams helps you to faster achieve certain goals in that skill in real life, even if it's a physical skill. Step 2. Know your limits. Especially in the beginning, there are some things you probably shouldn't do. Not only because they could destabilize your dream, which leads you to wake up, but also because they could actually mentally harm you. I know this might be disappointing to you, but having any form of sexual interactions in your dream is probably going to result in your awakening. So don't do it if you're only starting out.
Oh, he fell for the classic 100 bodies in the bathroom trick.
Now this one isn't completely confirmed, but there are people that believe that by killing people in your dream, you're actually killing parts of your mind and therefore mentally damaging you. So before you commit ethereal homicide, maybe think about the possible consequences once or twice. Nobody knows you better than your subconscious. That's why you absolutely shouldn't wish for something scary in your lucid dream. Because you're gonna get something scary and you're not gonna like it. Only when you are an experienced lucid dreamer, you can use this technique to fight your fears by facing them in your dreams. But for now, you better stay away from that kind of stuff. Step 3. Be prepared for every situation. In the beginning of your lucid dream experience, you won't be able to do everything, and you know that by now. Since the actions around you are still controlled by your subconscious, you might end up in some tricky situations. But don't worry, I got you covered. Let's say there is some kind of evil person in your dream. Like for example, some kind of supervillain who wants to destroy the world, or some terrorist who holds you hostage. Now logically, you want to stop them. How you proceed depends heavily on how your morals are. In my case, when I have a problem with a person in real life, I hope to sort it out by talking with said person. So what I can do is simply talk to the villain and make him feel guilty for the things he does. Look at you, is this who you wanna be? My subconscious mind knows how I tick and that I'm optimistic that problems can be solved by simply talking. And just like that, the villain turns into a good guy. Of course, this probably won't work if you think that problems can only be solved with violence. But knowing how your subconscious works will come in handy when lucid dreaming. Step 4. Learn how to wake up from any dream. If you can't solve your problems in the dream itself, or if you find yourself in a desperate situation and you don't know what to do, there's always the possibility to just wake up. And it's actually easier than you think. Just let yourself fall on your back inside the dream and there's a good chance that you'll wake up. If you don't wake up from this, a new dream will start instead. So either way, you'll be out of that desperate situation. That's the popular method. But I found another method that works well for me. Once I dreamed that there was a scary shadow man in the corner of my room. So I randomly grabbed my water bottle and poured all the water over my face, and that caused me to wake up. I assume that whenever I do that, I simulate a drowning experience, which leads my defense mechanism to alert my brain that I'm drowning and that I should probably wake up. But I have no idea, so don't take my word. Step 5. Learn how to return into your dream after waking up. Have you ever had a dream that was so good that you wanted to go back after waking up to continue the storyline? Well, here's a trick that actually makes this possible. As soon as you wake up, hold still. It's very important that your fingers stay in the exact same position. The brain will remember the finger position during your dream, and if you manage to fall asleep again with your fingers in the same position, there's a good chance that you'll return into the same dream. Warning: the attempt of lucid dreaming can entail multiple side effects, including but not limited to frequent nightmares, the fear of sleeping, traumatic flashbacks, emotional changes, memory problems, sleep deprivation, derealization, depression, and sleep paralysis. Okay, coming back to some of the things that I wrote into my dream journal. I want to talk about very specific types of dreams that I experience regularly. One very pleasant dream experience is when you're asleep and dreaming, but you can still perceive real-life sounds. On school days, I used to set an alarm an hour prior to when I actually had to wake up. What I did next was, I turned on the radio and I went back to sleep. After falling back asleep, I often found myself in a lucid dream. And the cool thing is that I heard the music coming through the radio in my dream. These little instances where I was half awake and half asleep led to some really cool situations. One time I was listening to a Legend of Zelda medley, and in my dream I was climbing a large rock inside a jungle. And right when the music hit its climax, I arrived at the top of the rock, and in front of me was this huge clear blue lake, surrounded by tropical trees and plants, and white rock formations were peeking out of the lake. This image burned itself into my head. It was incredible. One dream type that is very unpleasant on the other hand is what I call sleep deprivation dreams. Basically, those are dreams in which I am really tired and can't keep my eyes open. Whenever I find myself in such a dream, I painfully try to fight against it because it's a really uncomfortable feeling knowing that you could pass away every second. Most of the time I'm well aware that I'm dreaming and I try everything to wake up. And what I noticed is I only had these dreams in periods of my life where I didn't get much sleep. So basically my subconscious lets me know that I should sleep more. more. The last dream type that I want to talk about is a type of nightmare. I got no good name for this one, so I'm just gonna call it "Where is everybody?" This is a situation where I'm having a normal dream when all of a sudden everybody disappears and I'm left alone. And most of the time it also gets dark around me. Whenever this happens, I realize that I'm dreaming and I know that something bad is about to happen. And I know that I have to wake up before it's too late. And if I don't manage to wake up in time, creatures will appear and give me a cardiac arrest or even kill me inside the dream, which leads to my awakening. And whenever I see these creatures, I try to make me scream in real life, because that sound would probably make me wake up. But most of the time I don't end up screaming, but I give a type of really pathetic moan from me. Sometimes it works, sometimes they manage to kill me, and then I wake up. But I prefer the first option. If you're at this stage, you mastered everything that can be mastered by mortals. But you can always push yourself to achieve things that most people declare as unachievable. Before sleeping, think of a period of your past that you want to visit. Get into a lucid dream, build a time machine. You don't need to be a scientist for this, just use your instinct. Use the time machine with the intention of going to set time period. Congratulations, you traveled into your past and relived memories that you didn't know you had. This is very fun. Either they won't believe you or they will start suffering from existential dread and beg you to continue dreaming so they don't vanish with no trace left as you wake up. Very fun activity, I approve. There are tons of questions that we mortal humans have no answer to, but your subconscious does have answers to everything. Just yell your questions out loud whenever you are in a lucid dream, like what is the meaning of life, or why is my cat such a fat fucking asshole, and you'll most likely get a response from the dream gods, but you gotta decide for yourself if these answers are true or not. Lucid dreaming is a very weird state. People believe that whenever you are in this state, you can communicate with your subconscious in order to understand yourself better, or even to completely rewrite your personality. Apparently, pro-lucid dreamers have been able to transform themselves from introverted losers into extroverted chats by forming their personality as they wished in their lucid dreams. There's a mind-boggling amount of people that had experience with dream premonitions. Apparently some of the victims of the tragic 9/11 incident shared with their family that they had dreams the day prior that something terrible was gonna happen to them. And not only that, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, allegedly dreamed of his assassination 3 days prior and mentioned this at an interview. To this day there have been plenty cases of dream precognition, and nobody can explain how this is possible. Even I had experience with premonitions, as I already successfully predicted the score I would get at a German exam. There are a few people that claim that they mastered the art of predicting the future through their dreams, but can they be trusted? The ultimate goal of every lucid dreamer. If you lucid dream for months, years or even decades, you'll eventually get bored of your own dreams. So the only thing that's left for you is to experience the dreams of others. To intrude into the dreams of family members, friends or even strangers. Become an ethereal god by controlling other people's dreams. Until this day nobody knows if this is possible, but a small community of lucid dreamers claim that they are able to enter other people's dreams. There are no known techniques on how to pull this off. But who knows, maybe you already got visited by a dream hopper. Maybe that monster that haunts you at night isn't a creation of your mind, but another person that likes to play God. Oh, hello? Hello? I should do a video about this. Okay, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed whatever this was. If so, let me know with a like or a comment or even a sub. A very special thank you to my top tier channel members, Kisa and Peachy. I can't believe that people are actually willing to pay me money to make videos. I am so thankful for you guys. If you want to become a channel member, honestly don't bother. I noticed that YouTube takes a huge part of the money from channel members, so I'll probably switch to Patreon at some point. But you can still become a member. There are 3 tiers, maybe I'll add some more perks, and yeah. And also a quick thank you to Janky Hands for drawing these amazing sketches. His Insta is linked in the description. I love them so much. Thank you for making my videos look a bit better than before. So yeah, I also have Twitter and Instagram, so you can follow me on there if you want. And I also have a Discord server server. The people on there are really awesome, and we would love to have some more people to talk to. So come join. Thank you all again for all the support. I have so many ideas for videos, and I can't wait to work on them and put them out. Yeah, now I'm done for real. See ya.